Hello and welcome. If you're just joining us now, we're going into our game 4, match 4 of the day in our Shuriman division. Two teams ready to duke it out. Ravenous Kumquats versus Anarchy Navy. Very excited to see what these two teams are going to bring to the table. I haven't watched either of these teams play before, but I believe Hunter has. With that being said, we're going to quickly jump into game, and we're going to see what the lane matchups are going to be like. Hunter, I'm passing it off to you.
Yeah, of course. All right, moving into this game here. Getting a good look at lane matchups. Starting out in top lane, we have Renekton versus Mordekaiser. This is, this is a really volatile, brawly lane, and I'm pretty sure it can go either way. I haven't played this matchup, and maybe you've played more of it myself since you've been learning so much Renekton lately. I think Mordekaiser has a really, really big advantage level 1, like he does in most of his melee lanes. But once Renekton gets some levels under his belt, he should be able to bully the Mordekaiser, especially if he saves his Ruthless Predator, that is his empowered W, to break the shield. Break Mordekaiser's W shield. If he can do that, that'll just instantly win him pretty much any trade. Inside the jungle, we do see Hecarim versus Graves. Graves is extremely strong right now at power farming and scales really well into the mid and late game. Whereas Trundle is also very good at clearing his jungle, but has a lot more gank pressure in the early game and a lot less consistency in skirmishes and fights. Mid lane, we have Diana versus Orianna, and let me tell you, this is one of Orianna's least favorite lanes in the game. It's not good for Orianna. We see the barrier coming out in an attempt to not get poked down, but that just means she's going to lose CS to turret when she gets harassed out. Orianna will have the advantage in the lane early until the Diana hits level 3, but essentially once the Diana's level 3, she's going to dash in on Orianna every single time she hits Q, and Orianna's going to have a real bad time. Look to see either solo kills or massive C advantage, or roams or massive CS advantage coming out of the Diana side of that matchup, and anything different is really an outplay on the Orianna side. Bot lane, we have another Zyricon. I think this is the third or fourth of the day, and we have a Corki ADC. I don't think it works as well at bot lane as it does mid, but it's still an ADC, and I think he's a pretty good ADC. We see the Nautilus actually forgot his support item and heads back to heads back to base, hoping we missed that. I didn't. I have eyes like a hawk. And yeah, so the Corki is 1v2, but it sort of works out here because the Zyricon don't know that the Nautilus isn't there and refuse to engage into a Nautilus hook, as they should. Otherwise, that lane matchup is pretty much just that. It's really hard to engage into Nautilus hook. Nautilus has such a strong counter engage every time he's in lane, and it's just, and we see the trade mid lane, yeah. Going about even for now, but Diana's going to outscale in those burst
Oh, we
trades.
see a Rakan engage here with his E. Zaya's going to be putting down the damage as well. Here comes Hecarim. First blood's going down to Hecarim. Charging in with his E and then just taking out Nautilus. Very well played.
That's just a good setup from Rakan and a good 310 gank from the Hecarim. And I think even if the Nautilus has been there that whole time and had his level 3, I don't think that would have been enough to keep him alive there with the Hecarim coming in. Just maybe enough to burn another summoner. Going back into the Rakan though, not quite enough damage.
Very close, very close.
I am personally interested to see what build this Corki goes. Because I think tier Corki bot lane could still be fine, but it's a little worse. More trading mid lane.
We do see a little bit of a gank top fan here, but I'm not sure if it's going to get anything because Renekton's way too low and has a large minion wave pushing into his turret.
Yeah, that's a Renekton gank. Oh,
here comes Hecarim though, going in onto Orianna. Again, not enough damage, but still good chunky and helping that Diana get ahead and get those minions after he leaves.
Yeah, that's the good chunky right there. Yeah, so Hecarim coming in mid lane, blowing the barrier off of Orianna. Right now, there's still a window of opportunity for Orianna to be powerful in this lane because she has the mana advantage. We see trading coming on top lane. This might be an all-in
Yeah.
coming out of the Renekton.
This should be an all-in coming from the Renekton.
A great claw from
And
the Lord, though, to pull him away. Does have to
Let
burn
me-
flash.
There's one key thing about this matchup here is if Mordekaiser lands his E and gets that Renekton into his passive, that Renekton cannot fight it. But if he goes in with Fury and is able to W him down and chunk him down, Renekton can get a lot of great damage and a lot of great trade onto the Mordekaiser.
Yeah, I think so long as the Renekton has his E up, the Mordekaiser can't take it. It can't choose the fights. That's, I think, one of the issues with this lane. Mordekaiser certainly will have the damage after first item, but
Now-
between now and first item, that Renekton should have.
Nautilus, here comes Hecarim. He's getting pushed
Now let's
back
flash.
into Zyra. There goes the hook, but oh wow! I'm not sure if you've seen that, but
Yeah.
Hecarim actually flashed in front of the
Dredge line.
dredge line, and he couldn't actually hook the terrain, so he couldn't escape. Very well played by Hecarim. I'm very impressed by that.
Yeah, it's a great play by Hecarim there. Nautilus still had flash too, so there's some mind games going on there. Does he expect the Hecarim to respect it and flash in front of him, or does he free flash? We see the Mound Dragon rather gonna go over to the side of the blue team. My apologies. Wait, another fight going.
We do
on
see a
top lane.
nice engage top lane here. There goes down Mordekaiser. That's that engage I'm telling you about. The Mordekaiser is saving his E for almost a disengage when he should be engaging the Renekton with E so he can get that passive. So he can get that damage, get that trade. He doesn't win 1v1s in long trades, but he does win in extended trades for sure.
Shout out to Taco Truck right there with the sombrero. In the mid lane, paying heed to their friends, I guess. Yeah, so top lane. Yeah, the kill comes over to the Renekton. I think top lane's pretty. Oh, she autoed the turret!
Oh no!
Oh no, she did hit
Oh,
the turret
no.
plate though. It was all calculated.
Morgana coming in huge with that kill.
Yeah. Yeah, Oriana
But here
coming
comes
in.
the Hecarim charging
Hecarim will
in.
in.
Is it
Oh,
enough
the barrier's
damage?
back
He
up.
does have the heal. Oh no! Oh no! The
Oh,
turret
no.
says you're going down. Oriana's gonna have that nice shield and is able to trade that and get a good extra kill on top of that. She's gonna go
Alright.
back and buy a lot of great items.
I spent so much time setting up this lane. Forget everything I said about this lane. Oriana's too low. She wins now. Oriana wins this lane really, really hard now. Alright, up top lane. The Renekton getting the kill on the gank is actually really important for him. Now that he has the gold advantage and the item advantage in this lane, he should be able to bully the Mordekaiser in fights. And at the very least, he's going to find it very hard to lose them. We see the Graves also pulling out to a quite large jungle CS advantage, which is quite normal to see in the Graves. Graves is almost always going to farm your jungler unless it's a Karthus, in which case he just walks into the jungle and kills the Karthus. Graves is really good right now, guys.
Oh, here comes a Hecarim. This Hecarim is all around the map. This is Mr.
Oh.
Worldwide. There goes the Renekton R going down. He does take the life of Hecarim. And is he able to live from it? He is in the Mordekaiser ulti.
Oh.
Is it enough? Is it enough? No, it is not. That extended trade goes to Mordekaiser.
See the Graves
But
back
here's
off.
Graves. Graves, is he going to be able to get it? Is he going to be able to get that extra auto
maybe
attack?
block.
Can he get it? Maybe
Turn.
not. Maybe not. And he does. He takes out Diana. Very good.
See fight coming in
Now
bot
we
lane.
see it bot lane. Here is the, oh wow. Zaya got that stun off of Nautilus, but Nautilus is too tanky. Corki does too much damage, takes out Renekton. It's a 1v1. They go in again,
close,
but Zaya
close.
takes out Nautilus. What an incredible trade all around the map there.
Yeah, lots of fighting going on all around the map. So let's see if I can recap that for us. The Diana dies again to the Graves. Graves is getting really far ahead. He's going to get really strong really, really fast now. Diana's fallen really far behind. She is going to be an ulti bot. Diana's really bad at coming back into games. So she needs either a really lucky team fight, I'll call it, or she needs to just be an ulti bot for the rest of the game. Her ulti's not up yet.
Oh,
Going in
but
for
there's
the fight.
Renekton. Does Renekton have ulti? He does have the Q though. Takes out Hecarim there, but there is Graves with a burst of damage, taking out the Diana, but Orianna actually secures the kill there. Very well done, very well executed by them here.
Yeah, the Diana does pick up a kill there. That's good for her, being able to get her gold back into a reasonable position, but it's still not going to be enough for the meantime. As I was saying, you need like probably 3 or 4 kills on her from team fights to really pull herself back into this game from a carry perspective. And she's just going to have to take a back seat, let the 2-0 Xayah carry, try and zone as many things off of her as possible with the ulti, which is doable, and you can play a okay representation of Peel Diana in this game. And then the Mordekaiser's going to have to single people out with that ulti. He's not going to be able to 1v1 the Renekton, but maybe some of the other characters can. Mordekaiser can definitely kill Orianna because she just doesn't have the consistent damage to kill him. And should be really interesting team fights. Really going to come down to who has the flank, I think. If you can get a flank onto either of the carries from one of these teams, then it should be a one-team fight for the flanker.
Now we do see Infernal Dragon spawning right now, actually. And who do you think's gonna be able to take it, secure it? What do you think's gonna happen? What is gonna be the mentality of both of these teams?
Well, based on bot lane pressure now, the river control is going to go to the side of Anarchy Navy here.
Okay, we're seeing something go down here. Nautilus does miss his hook there, but here comes a Valkyrie from Corki doing that DPS. Here comes Grave. Xayah stunning 2 people. Slow. There goes Rakan. There goes Xayah. That might be the dragon.
I missed package timing again. Corki package, nutty ability.
But here comes Mordekaiser. He wants blood. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna ulti someone? There he goes. He's going on to Graves. Is it enough to take out Graves? Graves is too strong. He takes it out. There's Hecarim. Can Hecarim steal the dragon? Hecarim is right there. Hecarim steals the dragon.
And it's Cloud Rift again. All right, so back to.
Wow.
Dinah did pick up a kill there, and it looks like she might be able to get away. Oh, no, she's going back in, turning onto the Graves. Will get the kill. She does
get the kill. Shut down, might I add.
Yeah, it's actually a really great decision from Diana there to see her spot.
Oh, look at this. Here we go. Xayah, great ulti, stunning 2 people. Rakan engages. Are they able to take a kill with this? Oh,
wow.
Oh, they might live with their life, but
there.
Now we're looking up top side here. We're looking at a nice engage, and we're going to be doing a nice reset quickly before.
While we're resetting the map, I'd like to talk about that dragon fight.
Yeah, please tell me more.
So, all right. We see the initial pick come in because of the Corki package, which I missed, again, because I don't think we have the full audio cues.
Hold the phone! Here comes Hecarim! E-engaged from Rakan! They're going in, turret diving the Nautilus! Here they go! Can they pick him up? And they do! Xayah is taking damage from the turret. She does live. They all live with their health. And are they able to escape?
Great
they
juggling.
are!
Yeah, Graves is just looking to see if he can get in range of Xayah for his ulti, which is coming up in about 1 second. But he won't be able to make it. He's going to look around the side, see if he can pick her off, but that would be a mistake, and he would die to Hecarim and Rakan. Yeah, we saw. Oh,
hold the phone! Here comes Rakan ulti. Here comes Hecarim. Are they going to be able to take it? Oh, there goes down Hecarim. Something's happening mid lane. There they go. There goes Diana. Solo kill to Orianna. And Corki takes out. Oh my word. Takes out Rakan.
Yeah. Hey. Forget the dragon fight. Stuff happened, people died, Corki package is a good ability, and Mordekaiser ulted Graves, which was a mistake instead of ulting Orianna. Alright, now back to what just happened. We see a lot of picks come down. I don't really remember what just happened. Too much fighting, lots of people died. Let's recap what the scores are. Renekton, we see pretty healthy advantage top lane, both in CS and itemization. In the jungle, Graves continues to be super far ahead and looks to be building lethality. We'll see if he continues to do that or swaps over to a more traditional build later. Orianna 5-0 mid lane. Diana really far behind the 5-0 Orianna. Not much to do there. CS advantage is also massive. Bot lane, Corki, strong, Triforce, and Sork boost. Corki's massive. Holy cow. He did not go tier build, which means he's not going to scale insurmountably. We see a Nautilus engage
There is
coming
a
in mid.
Nautilus ulti into the Q, into the E, into the W. Can he kill the Diana? Diana does have that shield. She is going to be able to live with her health. Looking up topside, we're seeing engage here. We're getting nice chip damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough either way. They're both going to tip their hats and go, no, sir. That was a nice engage. I'm going to leave.
Absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, so Corki's not going to scale as well, but he's got his 2 items now. He's in a massive power spike. He can 2v1 this really easily if he doesn't get CC'd.
Wait a minute.
And he's not getting
he
CC'd,
doesn't get
so they can't do anything to him anymore. Careful of those feathers, he got CC'd.
Oh, here comes the feathers. He is in a good
and that's a
position.
dead Naya.
There goes the
Oh,
flash.
no.
It's not enough. Can Corki get this? No, Lord. Oh, Lord. Here
that's
comes the
bad.
Mordekaiser. Orianna queuing over the wall, doing the E, taking out the Mordekaiser. They secure the Shelly. Great job.
All right, so
Wow. This is
yeah,
a high-action game.
that is the Shelly going over to the side of Ravenous Kumquats. They are
And
going to
it
drop
is
it top lane.
literally some in top lane. They're going to pick up this turret here.
That they are. And then they're probably going to rotate bot side after letting Renekton clear one more wave. Prep for the Cloud. I don't think anyone's going to get Cloud this game, but as we look in base, there is a Corki package available. Corki has not picked it up yet, but he can go back to base. Perhaps he's just going to go get red buff, then back, pick up his package, and go to Dragon. That would be what I would do here. Package will allow him to get to Dragon in time. And you really want to focus on fighting around your package timings, and it looks like that's what's going to happen. Package, probably the single best ability in League of Legends.
Oh, hold the phone. Here comes Hecarim. Here comes Rakan. They might... No, they don't get the pick, really. But they are going to be looking for this next dragon. This is going to be an all-out brawl. I'm very excited to see how these two teams collide and what's going to happen next. Here comes Orianna ulti. And there's their mount. Oh, there's another versus Mordekaiser. Down goes Mordekaiser. Diana gets Graves. Renekton gets Hecarim. The Xayah is pulling out the damage. Gets the Corki. Oh my word, here comes the Renekton. Is he going to be able to get the damage? He gets a triple kill. Is it going to be the Quadra? No, he's going to say no. We're going to go for the Dragon. We're going to ignore the Diana. We're going to get the objectives before this.
Yeah, another huge team fight coming out. Another huge type of team fight win coming out for the side of Ravenous Kumquats here. The Renekton is huge. The Xayah, thankfully, does get the 850 gold shutdown onto the Corki, but that's about all we can say for that fight. And the Diana now posturing in, doesn't see the Renekton there, might get caught, won't.
No. He's going to leave. He's going to leave.
And we'll just see the Scuttle Crab cleaned up on the backside. Orianna's still 6-0, still massive. 1,000 gold shutdown for anyone who kills her.
They're posturing towards something. That Hecarim's going really aggressive.
Oh!
And he sees something! He sees something! He smites the Nautilus! Is it gonna be worth his life? It is worth his life! Corki gets the kill! Hecarim goes down!
Alright, riddle me this. What is worth more, the 1 in 5 Nautilus or the 1 in 6 Hecarim? I don't know. I think Nautilus is actually a
but here we go,
champion.
another fight. Hold the phone. They're going in. Nice trade by Graves. Going in. Xayah ulti going down. 2-man stun. There's Orianna ulti. There, are they going to be able to pick up Orianna as well? The Xayah is enough to trade. There, are they going to fight it out? The Corki comes out on top.
All right. What a fight. Who got the shutdown? Diana got the 1k onto Orianna, which is disastrous for the side of Ravenous Kumquats as Anarchy Navy now. The mid laner, the Diana, has a way back into this game. Hecarim needs to learn who's the crocodilian around here.
That's a horse versus the crocodile. I don't know which one honestly wins.
Well,
but the
you know what?
crocodile is
Crocodiles
definitely
eat horses.
stronger.
Zebra is a horse.
Crocodile has been training for 19
Zebra
minutes.
is a horse. And crocodiles eat zebras, I think. They might be alligators that eat zebras. I don't know.
Is Renekton a crocodile or an alligator?
He's a crocodilian.
He's a crocodilian?
Yes, something about the way their mouth and teeth work. I don't know, but I know he's a crocodilian because other people call him a crocodilian, and I didn't fact check. But I don't care. This is League of Legends casting. This isn't my master's thesis. So we're gonna say he's a crocodilian. Fight me. All right. So, as I
Now
was
they
trying
are-
to say, Diana's back in this game with that 1k gold shutdown, at least gold-wise. She's nowhere near as strong
No,
as the
but they're
Orianna.
going back in. Hold the phone. They're going in onto Hecker. No, onto Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is
Nautilus
going
is
to
just
take
demolished.
out Nautilus. He flashes
Right.
over the wall. It's not enough. Mordekaiser flashes as well. Take out Nautilus. Here comes Hecker.
Oh.
He's going in with the E engage into the
doesn't
R.
matter.
Not enough. Graves takes him out.
That's a donkey, not a horse. Oh,
Oh my word! He goes in! Moriona ulti! There goes the E from Mordekaiser! Is it enough? No! Diana does take out Graves, but it's not enough to take out the Diana and Quirky!
Aced.
all right, team fight victory. Going to the side of Ravenous Kumquats. You can see now how the Diana Gold is actually helping out. She's doing damage in these team fights now, but it's not enough to surpass the 7-1-10 Corki and the 10-1-7 Orianna. Working in unison. Both of
These
them.
games are
strong.
nutty! This
Yeah.
game is...
Yeah, it's a 10k
High
gold
aggression.
advantage. I was sort of trying
Here
to
comes
hide that by
Heckram.
not talking about it, but it is a 10k gold advantage.
Woo.
It's gonna be rough. It's really hard for Anarchy Navy to pull this one back. The horse is, it's lame. That horse is lame. Look up the definition of that word. I'm not flaming. It's just a fact. The Mordekaiser is, well, he's
Oh
not
my
doing too
word.
hot.
Now, I do want to touch note here. The Crocodilian, in fact, has 2 items, and that makes it. Oh my word! Here comes an Orianna ulti! There goes the Corky over the wall! Oh my word! Crocodilian is taking out 3 people! Is it
He's
enough?
not winning.
No!
He's
It's
not
not
winning.
enough! It's a shutdown! What's happening topside? Something happened topside! Mordekaiser went down! They're going for Baron!
This is hour 6, everyone, in case you're wondering what is happening. Everything is hype when you're 4 shots of rum deep and 6 hours of casting later. Alright, so we do see the Renekton get shut down on the bot side of the map. I don't know who the kill went to. It looks like, I think it went to Heckram. Good for his ability to do damage in this game, but damn does he really need some tank stats so he doesn't get one-shot by things and can actually stick around long enough to make use of his W and Q and, you know, the rest of his kit. Orianna still strong, Corky still strong, both of them keeping mirror images of each other's scores. Really nice to see that sort of team synergy coming out in a game like this when it's this hectic. 10k gold advantage, more so 11k gold advantage. 2 dragons to 2. One side has dragons that are useful and the other one has cloud dragons. We see...
Watching for another fight.
I don't know how Anarchy Navy wins this game. It's got to start with a pick into a China-style team fight where all of Ravenous Kumquats just suicide into the fight, trying to save their teammates one at a time. And all of that gold has to go on to the hard carries of Anarchy Navy. We should be looking at probably just Baron pretty soon here. Baron's actually down.
Oh, there goes the E. There goes the ulti. There goes a Heckram in the backline. And there goes the Xayah ulti. She is able to knock down the Nautilus. Is it enough though? The Orianna does have nice damage on to the enemy backline there. And there goes down Xayah from... Oh my word! Here goes Diana, but unable to take out only one person with the... Graves dies to the turret.
Not aggressive enough. He waffled a little bit. He attacked the turret, but he didn't run up to the turret to get the second auto for maximum damage as Graves. Ends up dying because it's still alive. Big yikes. More gold going over than Diana. Not, probably not enough. But she's trying. She's working on what is either a Spellbinder or a Death Cap. She'll do a lot of damage, but I don't know if it's enough. Interestingly enough, we do see Blade of the Ruined King coming out on Corki. Uh, I don't get it personally, but it's there, and it's a damage item that gives attack speed, and it also gives lifesteal. So it's, it's stats. Corki has
All
more
right.
stats. Corki's not going to keep scaling very hard from here, though. He's going to start building his crit itemization, but that's going to take a long time, so he's actually entering what is theoretically a power trough here. Same thing with, well, and it's not the same thing with mid lane, because she already has Death Cap. Orianna's going to be strong for the rest of this game. Almost level 16 as well. The Mordekaiser still doesn't really have much in the way of damage items. He really needs to pick up a Leandri's and probably even a Zhonya's so that he doesn't get one
Hold
shot.
the phone. Here comes another engage. Nautilus Q's in, ultis the Hecarim. Hecarim goes in, tries to get the backline. Here comes Rakan, ultiing down the backline as well. Here comes Diana. She does get Nautilus and the Orianna, knocking them in. The Xayah has too much damage. The Grave takes out Mordekaiser. Here comes Diana, takes out Corki. Big shutdown. That's
the
huge.
team fight they
And we have
need.
a Hecarim Crocodilian in the mid lane, taking the inhibitor.
That's the fight they need, though. On the side of Anarchy Navy, that's the team fight you need to get back into this game. All the gold going on to the Diana and the Xayah there. That's 4 people dead, too, with shutdowns. That's massive. They give up the inhib,
Right.
which isn't great. Maybe should have sent one more person back to deal with it, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. No one's near. There's no soul coming up. And the Baron's still down for another 2 minutes. They might actually be able to find a fight if they can find a pick before it around this Baron.
Really good win on Anarchy Navy's side there. And,
Yeah, this is what you have to be careful about. All the shutdowns that keep going on to this Diana. She's got Death Cap. She can kill the Corki. She can kill the Orianna. And she can kill the Graves.
Very well said. Now, there's no more shutdowns on either teams. What do you think the next team fight's going to look like?
I can't say. I cannot tell you what the next team fight's going to look like. I can tell you what it needs to look like for one team to win. For the side of Anarchy Navy here, to win this fight, they need to get either massive Diana ulti or a pick. But that's going to be so hard because then Corki obviously has his W. He might have package coming up.
Oh, they might see something. Corki is going to go on a Valkyrie strike away. Rakan does ulti, but not able to pick up the Corki.
We will just see the disengage coming out here, but notably, Orianna has flash now. So the Diana engage won't work as well onto her again. Diana, if she does it right, can still get a perfect engage off, but it requires both charges of her E and possibly her own flash, which is down. So it's going to be a lot harder to get such a great engage.
The phone. They might be. There it is. The Xayah ulti going down. Corki's right in the backline. Diana bursts down. Corki. Orianna takes out Mordekaiser. Hecarim's going in. Ulting in. Not enough. Orianna coming in. Oh my word. Orianna triple kill.
Triple kill.
Triple kill. And that's a dragon.
Really embracing the Korean rap style right now. Alright, so Corki, little overeager in that team fight. Tries to go in on the Xayah. Gets blade collared by I think 7 or 8 Xayah feathers and instantly dies to the Diana QE. On the back end of that team fight though, the Xayah is forced out over the wall, doesn't get to do damage, and Orianna just comes in and cleans up the rest of the fight.
This is going to be a big win on Ravenous Kumquats here.
Yeah, the Baron goes over to the Kumquats. Hecarim is finally starting to get tanky. He's not there yet, but he's working on it. Mordekaiser starting to get damage items. I mean, he has 2, but they don't look like they do anything in most scenarios. Graves is going to stop scaling, especially, this Graves is going full lethality. And this is really bad for the side of Ravenous Kumquats, because they are not going to scale. Normally, Graves will fall off a little in late game just because AD carries get strong enough to, like, 2-tap him. But when you're full lethality, it's totally all or nothing now. There's no Phantom Dancer, there's no Rapid Fire Cannon, there's no Infinity Edge. There's no just like consistent damage output to kill these frontliners. He needs to find a squishy. He needs to one-tap them next to a wall with QWR auto. And that's his entire job for the rest of the game, despite him having so much gold advantage on this Hecarim.
Now we're posturing for another fight. Rakan is here. Massive damage from the Orianna. Into good Graves and oh my word.
Well,
there goes Mordekaiser. There's that lethality you're talking about. There's the Nautilus into the ulti, into the Morgana ulti, and she goes down. There goes Corki over the wall. He's ready. He's fighting. He's going in. He takes out Rakan. He takes out Zaya. And then Hecarim's going in to fight the Renekton. Renekton is huge. He has 3 items. He is large. He is in charge. They're going for the Nexus.
That should be the game. That's a 5-0 for the side of Ravenous Kumquats. Anarchy even got way closer than I would have expected to pulling this game back into their favor. But it's not going to be enough in the end. The power of Fed, Orianna, Corki, Renekton, Graves, and a Nautilus that feeds for his team. It works out. Now,
very, very fun game. A lot of fighting. Good, just great overall Kumquats. Just taking advantage, running it down, getting those objectives, and then taking the victory there. Hunter, what's your quick thoughts on MVP and Ace?
it's hard. It is. I think I'm gonna give the MVP to Renekton, and that might seem weird because there's a 14-3 Orianna and a 12-3 Corki, both with 15 and 16 assists respectively. I think Corki sort of lost his chance at MVP when he hard-inted that dragon fight. Sorry, buddy, can't give it to you after that. You played well rest of the game. You played fine otherwise. That was pretty hard. And I think Orianna got a lot of her advantages, not necessarily incidentally, but through the mistakes of the opposing team, through the mistakes of Anarchy Navy. Whereas Renekton really made the best for himself, stayed strong the entire game, and kept doing what he needed to do throughout this entire match. So I want to give the MVP to him. And then the ace, I'm torn between Diana and Zaya. Zaya had a really good early game, and Diana, I feel like Diana only got strong in this game because of shutdowns. So I really want to give it to the Zaya this game, but it is a close call.
Very well said. After this quick break here, we're going to be going to round 2 of Anarchy Navy versus Ravenous Kumquats. Welcome back. And now, after a great game between Anarchy Navy and Ravenous Kumquats, we're going into our final match of the day here, and it's going to be round 2 between these two heavy, hyper-aggressive teams. I am super excited to see what's going to happen this game. Hunter, let's jump into this game, and you tell me all about this picks that they have going for them and how the laning phases are going to work out.
Alrighty, I'll be right there when we get in the game. Alright, as we get into this game, starting in the top lane, we see a Shen versus a Mordekaiser matchup. Now, this lane is a little less volatile than the Renekton Mordekaiser lane that we saw before. We also see the Mordekaiser swapped over onto the side of Ravenous Kumquats on Roscoe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. The Shen does have opportunities to trade with the Mordekaiser if he plays it well. The Mordekaiser Q can mostly be eaten up by the passive shield from Shen's passive, and auto attack trades aren't that bad thanks to the Spirit's Refuge, and you can always E away when the trade is over so that you don't take too much damage from Mordekaiser passive. Mordekaiser, on the other hand, really needs to hit the claw to pull the Shen back in after the taunt away at the end of the trade. It's also a Grasp matchup versus a Conqueror matchup, so it really is just Shen looking for single or short auto trades versus the Mordekaiser looking for big, long, extended ulti trades. And once you hit level 6, the Mordekaiser has a lot more pressure. Shen can't trade as effectively with his W, because if his W is on cooldown, Mordekaiser can probably kill him with Death Realm. In the jungle, we see another Graves coming out. Graves was super strong last game, built full lethality, wouldn't have scaled too hard, but it didn't matter, his team was too far ahead. Versus a Sejuani, Graves again, gonna get a massive advantage, and there's nothing Sejuani can do to stop it, but Sejuani does have more impactful team fighting if Graves doesn't leverage the wallet advantage. We should expect to see some gold advantage coming out just straight for the side of Ravenous Kumquats, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're ahead because the Graves needs that gold advantage to be relevant in comparison to Sejuani. Mid lane, Ahri, Veigar. Veigar does have Glacial, Ahri has Electrocute, so she should not be going for anything but burst damage this game. Veigar also has the barrier to protect himself, Ahri Ignite for the solo kill potential. Pretty farm-oriented lane. Anyone who's played against Ahri or played as Ahri knows that Ahri has kill potential in every lane. Fight going on top lane though.
That's a nice engage here. That's a 2v2 actually here. And is Shen going to be able to live? He does flash out. Here comes a stun from Sejuani with her W there, but not enough to really get that kill, really shut them down. Ahri did roam up. Is she going to be able to get the charm off? He does dodge the charm. Nice damage. And now is that...
Not quite enough to kill the Sedge, but that's a great juke coming out from the Mordekaiser up top, keeping himself safe and almost turning it back onto Sedge, going for the play!
Oh my word! Did you see that? Prediction of the flash! He ease up, takes Sejuani back. He has the passive up, takes out Shen. That it was huge. Now Veigar is punishing the Ahri for leaving lane, saying, I'm level 3, I'm going in. There is Graves, cutting her off, taking her out. There goes Ahri.
That's why you don't roam level 2 unless you're Talia or Asol, kids. Or Talon, I guess. But this is bad.
Big win.
Big win
no,
coming out of
Ravenous
top lane.
Kumquats.
Great play coming out of Roscoe top lane. The Mordekaiser just really pushing the limits there. Just starting at the dodge from the charm all the way into the... we'll call it a prediction on the Sejuani flash, but I think it's just good fortune.
They're going in on bot lane. They do get the ignite off. There is the heal going, exhaust going. Nautilus has to flash out for his life, and Shiver actually flashes forward, gets in on the Conqueror. He is back, and Shiver gets a double. Oh my word!
They both have Conqueror. Oh, not Conqueror. They both have Triumph, I think. I think that's how they... I know the Sivir healed off Triumph. The Nautilus came back in like he had Triumph.
Yeah. Sivir has fleet footwork, and Nautilus has... Oh, I'm recovering from that.
Yeah, that was that's crazy.
That was a big fight. Nautilus has
yeah.
Aftershock. Wow.
Yeah, brutal.
Wow.
Holy cow. Alright, we see Graves invading in the jungle, but he's met 1v3
Okay, here
now.
comes the W. Out from Sejuani, gets a stun off with her E, and then just takes out Graves.
That's a little overeager for the Graves, not expecting the Janna to be there, and the great Void Seeker. I'm gonna keep messing that up. Void Seeker coming out from the Kai'Sa, gets her the assist, gets her a bunch of damage, helps her get back into this game. We see double Dords played bot lane versus BF Sword. That's not great. This is sort of the fight I talked about top lane, except Shen used the bot in, so now he's gonna hurt.
Yeah, there's some nice, like, long trades Mordekaiser really is good with. He loves it when there's long trades, because he can deal out extra damage that he lost during that initial burst.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the DPS numbers really equalize the longer the fight goes, and that turn heavily in favor of Mordekaiser after a point. The longest fight Shen ever wants to take is 4.5 seconds, so he can get 2 grasp procs, but even that's too long most of the time. Alright, so I was talking about lane matchups.
Oh, hold
we have another fight going
we
on
might
top
have another
lane. That's
quad
a
top
short
lane
dash.
there. Oh, yeah, that's a nice
Gotta
Q,
be
but I'm not sure if
careful.
it's going to be enough to take out the Shen necessarily here. We do have a big fight going down bot lane. Here comes Sejuani. Sejuani's been huge in this game, making that pressure on the map there. They are on Sivir. Is it enough damage? And it is! Nice proc onto Kai'Sa, really chunking down the Sivir, taking her out.
Yeah, that's some real limit testing play right there. That was real close. Sivir, I think Sivir could have won that. Unfortunately, her spell shield either just came off cooldown at the end there, or it was used at slightly the wrong time. You really need to block the Void Seeker just so that the Kai'Sa doesn't get her passive procs on you. Much more so than you need to block the Janna W. Really close fight though, slimmest of margins. I didn't see if anyone messed up any auto cancels because that would have decided it too. Alright, so mid lane. Ahri always has kill pressure if she hits Charm. We should all know that. If you've played against or as Ahri, that's the gist. You hit Charm, you kill. You don't hit Charm, you're not a champion. We see the jungle. More invades coming in from the Graves. Nothing Sejuani can really do.
Is counter jungling pretty hard here. Is
Yeah,
trying to
he's
shut down the Sejuani, really trying to pressure her for the amount of ganks that she has. Graves is notorious for being a farming jungler and really likes being in the enemy jungle and doing those 1v1 skirmishes.
Yeah, absolutely. And bot lane. I haven't got to talk at all about this lane yet. I'm a big fan of Sivir. I think this champion's really fun. I don't know if it's really good. I think it's really bad into long-ranged ADCs. But she is against a Kai'Sa, so she has a really free lane phase here. Sivir Nautilus, pretty just fair lane. Nautilus is good with every AD carry, so long as that AD carry is capable of fighting. And just gonna be a Nautilus, be a Chungus. Sivir's gonna wave clear. Should be looking for Nautilus hooks, and if the Nautilus hook doesn't hit, nothing will happen down there. Sivir Kai'Sa,
Shen is engaging onto Mordekaiser here, knowing that he has that advantage, but not.
the death realm.
Mordekaiser is going to put him in a death realm. But does
Uh-oh.
Shen see it? Does Shen see it? He do not. He's in that Dragon Ball Z fight, is unable to know what's happening around him on the outside, and there he goes. Is he?
What does that mean?
Oh!
Oh,
There he
red.
goes.
Red Smite. Red Smite.
There's the red. There's the red. Doing that chunk there. Dragon Ball Z fight. Don't you know they're two balls? There's like, have you ever watched a Dragon Ball Z fight?
No, not those
They
ones.
just like bink together.
Oh,
Like two
you mean
balls
like,
just
you mean
fight
like
each
the
other?
orbs in the sky, like bouncing
Yeah.
off each other?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
I always call Mordekaiser ulti. When you're in the Mordekaiser ulti, you're in a Dragon Ball Z fight. It's a 1v1, no one's interrupting you, and there's two orbs hitting each other.
I would really like to see full movement speed Mordekaiser and full movement speed anything get thrown into the death realm together and just reenact a DBZ fight.
I think you're gonna need a custom game for that one.
Yeah, well, get on it. Is your job. All right, so it's just I want to get this out. All right, Kai'Sa Janna, it's a lane. Kai'Sa's scaling. Janna's good at helping scaling. Don't get hit by Nautilus hook. Bot lane, nothing happens. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Let's get to actual team comps. I'm really sorry about taking so long on that. We see an engage going on.
We do see an engage from Sejuani there into the Nautilus hook, and they do exhaust the Sivir. Here comes Kai'Sa.
A bit of a...
They do flash out from Sivir. There is the Nautilus ultimate. Is Nautilus gonna live from this? He is not. Janna picks it up, but the minions coming strong. Takes out Janna. Here comes Ahri. Graves is down here too. There goes Sivir. Ahri is there. There comes Sejuani coming in, taking out the Graves.
Alright, and that's the play they need to turn this game back around. It was looking really grim before this, but coming in, getting the 3 for 0, or 3 for 1. Janna died, sorry about that, girl. 3 for 1 on that fight. Lots of gold going everywhere on the team that they need it. Sejuani getting some gold, maybe she's the only one who doesn't really need it. Kills going to Ahri, kills going to Kai'Sa. Shen getting some assists. Much needed respite from top lane laning while he's still able to get the gold he needs. Veigar will pick up 2 turret plates in the mid lane in the interim, but oh, you see
Another fight. Mordekaiser says, "No, Janna, you ain't leaving." Into the DBZ fight we go.
That Janna's like an absolute bro there. I think Mordekaiser wanted to ult the Sejuani so that he got rid of the smite, but Janna flashed on top of the Sejuani and Mordekaiser clicked her. I can't say for sure who he meant to click, but that Janna definitely took one for the team there.
Now they are gonna look for this turret bot lane, but it's not 14 minutes yet, so they're gonna get all of the plates here.
Yeah, and this, yeah, that'll be 5 plates bot lane. That's a huge amount of gold going to the Sivir too. If I have one complaint, I would say that the Nautilus should have just walked away and given all the gold to the carries, but it's not the end of the world regardless. This is actually a really hard game to call too. Obviously, we see quite a healthy advantage, 4k gold for the side of Ravenous Kumquats. But as we said, the Graves needs a gold advantage. And currently, only about 400 of that gold advantage is on him. So this is a 3.5k gold lead. Graves is actually behind Sejuani, I'm going to be honest. Like, in raw stats, he's 400 gold ahead. But Sejuani's just got CC. Much more useful team fighter, is a tank. So she's sort of stronger than
Janna is engaging here. Here comes the Sejuani ultimate into the E, into the Q, into the W. And are they able to take out the Mordekaiser? They are chasing him. They do take him down, get a good shutdown gold for Shen.
Yeah, and that's really big for Shen's chances in this 1v1. Once Shen gets probably 2 items completed, he should be able to contest in this lane. But until then, he's gonna get bullied out in the 1v1 pretty hard. And then it's sort of like an arms race top lane. Both players get varying spikes throughout the game when they get core item completions, and it's up to the other player to not give up too much of an advantage while that item completion is there.
Now, we got a little bit of a reset going here, Hunter. Give me your quick insight here on team fights, how they're going to work out, which team's going to come on top, who has the stronger team fight, what do each team has to do to win this game?
Well, you see, that's really hard to say, honestly, because it really comes out to who gets the engage this game. If the Nautilus gets an engage off, he's going to have the advantage. And if, well, we see a fight in the river.
Oh, and she does ulti flash away from the Veigar. The ulti damage from Veigar was not enough. Veigar did do a full combo onto Ahri.
Yeah, it shouldn't be quite enough to get the kills yet. Thankfully for Ahri, she does get away. Veigar did not take Ignite, or else that would have been a kill. But yeah, as we were saying, for team fights, it's really, a lot of it is going to come down to who gets the engage off. If Sejuani gets a good engage off, that means Anarchy Navy should win. If Nautilus gets a good engage off, that should mean Ravenous Kumquats win. As far as just walking at each other, it's a macro play. It really depends on flanks at that point, or just individual outplays and team fights. This game's really close. Teams scale really, really similarly. Kai'Sa technically scales harder than Sivir in the just raw damage front, but the issue is Sivir hits 5 people at once. So even though Sivir's not going to be able to kill a single person very effectively, she never really is, she's going to be hitting 4 or 5 people with her boomerang blades and her ricochets and output an absurd amount of damage in teamfights in the AoE. Whereas Veigar Cage is going to be super important for stopping the Ahri engage. I think if anything's going to change this game, it's the fact that we need to see good Veigar Cages. If he can cage the Ahri ult, or if he can cage the Kai'Sa ult, more importantly probably even, then the fight's just pretty much won from there.
Very interesting, very interesting. It's going to be a good fight between both members here. We do have Shelly up in 10 seconds. Do you think either team are going to go for it? Are they going to try and contest it? What do you think? What's your thoughts here with the Dragon also coming up in 45 seconds?
Well, right now, the side of Anarchy Navy really wants to scale. Shen's not at his power spike yet. Kai'Sa's actually building crit, so I might have lied about the damage output late game. So, Kai'Sa building crit isn't something that we see very often right now. We normally see the AP or the on-hit build. Because she's building crit, they can actually contest for this dragon.
So
long as
Ravenous
Shen stays
Kumquats
off lane.
do pick up the Shelly. Are they going to pick up the...
They need to
They
go
do.
to dragon
Okay,
right now. and force the
Graves
fight.
does pick up the Shelly. Okay.
Yeah. They need to go to dragon right now. Anarchy Navy does, and force the fight while this Mordekaiser TP is on cooldown. Shen has ulti. He can join the fight. They both have TP coming out in probably between 20 and 30 seconds.
Oh,
The
here comes
engage coming out from the set.
And then the ulti Q combo coming in from Nautilus here. It's not enough damage. Here comes Shen. Shen is going into the front lines there, pressing
24.
down, doing a lot of damage, but not enough here. Then the Kai'Sa is in danger from the Graves. They are going to pick up 2 members of Anarchy Navy, and they're going to be picking up this dragon as well.
Yeah, so Vhagar did die on the backside there after
Hold
going
a
for a
minute.
full combo on Kai'Sa, and it just didn't
Whoa,
hit.
whoa. Here comes Sejuani. What's she doing? Oh, flashing to the bait. Spiked it. Steals it. What a play. She does risk her life for it, but she does get the dragon.
That was a bad play, but it was a great execution. Bad decisions. Should not ever go in for that steal there, but she made it work.
Yeah,
Holy
she
cow.
worked it. She worked it, baby. She's going hard. She's
Do not
chunking.
try at home. Please. That's how you snowball games into a loss. But
Whoa, what's going to happen here? And now the Sivir does spell shield. It is down. Mordekaiser is going to be attacking the Shen, is going to die to the Janna. And
this
that's going to
game
be the end of
continues
that.
to be just really close. It's a 4.5k gold advantage for the side of Ravenous Kumquats, but still, they scale similarly now because the Kai'Sa is not going on hit. So the team fights are probably actually slightly favored towards the side of Ravenous Kumquats. But that doesn't mean that Shen can't get massive advantages on the side lane if he snowballs. And it doesn't mean that this Ahri and Sejuani can't get great picks. And on top of that, Janna scales like an MF, not the champion. Like this, Janna scales hard. All Enchantress supports scale really hard. Nautilus is
Now,
nice.
will
but
we
he's
get the
just
pick?
tank.
Janna does flash here to avoid the Nautilus Q into her. She would have died there if the Nautilus did get that Q wall. So it's a really good flash on her part there. And there's no major objectives to be had. So she's just going to reset with her team and get prepared for the next major objective.
Yeah, absolutely. We see Janna's getting close to completing her first core item. Nautilus is actually working on a Cinderhulk. He already has his Knight's Vow done too. That's actually pretty crazy. Janna must have a lot of gold in inventory, and she does. Okay, so she just completes her first core item now.
Now, Graves is dropping the Shelly right here, right by the tri-bush. And that's going to sneak up on the turret. And actually, I think it might take it out. I think it's low enough. It does.
Yeah.
It does take it out.
Yeah, just see the turret drop top lane, but that's fine. That was going to happen to the Shelly eventually. Shen will clear the wave. He'll bounce it back. He's still working on his core itemization. The biggest issue this game is going to be getting Shen caught up in items. If the Shen can get caught up in items, he can duel the Mordekaiser pretty consistently. And then he'll be able to output split push pressure. But if they can't do that, it's really got to be on Ahri and Sejuani to find good picks and just open team fights 4 versus 5. And that's
Very
hard on the Sivir.
Yeah.
It is not easy to pick a Sivir who's good with spell shield.
And so we do see Baron coming up in 25 seconds. It might be an early Baron here, but do you think any team's going to really try to objectify it, or just are they going to be looking for team fights, or are they going to be looking for pits?
I always objectify my Baron.
Now,
It's
we do see an immediate ulti by Mordekaiser into Shen here. And so they're going to be duking it out. But Mordekaiser doesn't see the Janna, doesn't see the Kaisa. Janna does ulti just to heal up the Shen a little bit. She didn't know the Shen's health, so she wanted to make sure that he was okay.
Yeah. So the Janna ulti there, weird visual bug there, but Janna ulti did push the Mordekaiser. He did not teleport. And we see bot lane, the Veigar and the Graves are going to take this tier 2 bot lane turret for pretty much for free in trade for the Mordekaiser's life. But that's okay. Mordekaiser puts the kill on his neck.
Kaisa! That's a lot of damage. That might be a dead Sivir. No, she does get out of there alive. And the Nautilus is doing damage. Nautilus is chunky. He says, I will hit you. I will stun you. I will Q you. Get away from my ADC.
Yeah, that's a really aggressive play coming out of the Kaisa there. Just going in onto the Sivir once she hits her W. Just pretty much blind. I didn't know the Nautilus was there, and they knew that, I guess, the Veigar and Graves were close to bot lane, but crazy engaged there. Really just shows a lot of confidence in their champion. And there's where we see it too, right? Sivir's not going to have the DPS to 1v1 someone that Kaisa is. Sivir really, really needs the 5v5 or the 4 versus 5 for her to work. Just needs to be able to getting ricochets on the entire team. Once she's level 13, that's doing so much damage. Scaling based off her flat AD. I'd like to see
Nautilus Q engage. Is there something gonna come of that? He does have 2 members right behind him. His Mordekaiser and Sivir here. There is a major objective is spawning right now, and they do get
And this mountain's actually pretty important.
Oh, this is big. Oh. The Shen is ulting on to Sejuani.
Onto the Veigar.
And there is a flash on Veigar. And now here comes the Sejuani ultimate. They're going in. Mordekaiser ulti Sejuani. Going onto her. Is it enough damage to take her out of this team fight? It is enough to take her out of the team fight. Nautilus Q's into Ahri. That is huge. They don't quite get her. Ahri does take out Mordekaiser. Here comes Shen. Here comes Nautilus. Is it enough damage? And oh my word, here comes Graves. Here comes Graves. He does take out Janna. Sivir takes out Shen. Graves takes out Kaisa. That is huge. Huge. And now they're going to just ward off the Ahri. There is one Q from Sivir.
You already got one
Q from Sivir does take out Ahri. They get the dragon as well. That is huge. This might lead to a Baron.
Alright, if you're watching this, Anarchy Navy, don't fight for those dragons, please. That's too risky. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Alright, so that's a really important team fight win for the side of Ravenous Kumquats. It puts them in an advantage. I don't think anything's gonna come of this.
No.
It's a really large advantage for them now on this game. It's a 7k gold advantage, and getting that dragon makes sure that Soul's not coming anytime soon, and make sure that they can get to the point in this game in which they outscale. Veigar does outscale, obviously. The problem is Veigar at a certain point, which is death cap, one-shots you no matter how much he scales. So Veigar doesn't actually scale after death cap. I know people think he scales infinitely, but if he always one-shots you, what's it matter? He does get a little bit of flexibility in how his damage works, and his poke gets better, but in general his team fighting doesn't get too much stronger after
Mordekaiser's poisoning at mid lane right now. He is gonna hex tech. Oh, okay. There's Kaisa. Now they are doing a lot of damage. Mordekaiser is going to take out Kaisa with his Q and auto attacks there. And they're just gonna walk away. They say, we got our kill, we got our food, we're hungry, we're full, now we're done. We're gonna leave now.
Now they look like they're gonna walk it down to Baron, clear the vision at the very least, maybe go for a bait. Looking for the Shen. Shen's gonna dash away. From this point, with no Kaisa here, and the fact that there's no soul point either, it's gonna be really, really hard for Anarchy Navy to win this game. not being able to force Soul Point. Kai'Sa's not going to scale as hard as Sivir anymore because she went crit.
They're baiting it. They're baiting it. Oh, so close, Nautilus, but not quite there. There is Sivir in the side, just doing her DPS, doing what Sivir does best, hitting all of them, hitting Q, hitting E, and then chunks them away.
Yeah, and this Sivir's also, I guess she's going Stormrazor. I don't like the Sivir build very much. There's no Infinity Edge coming in, it looks like. So maybe she's not going to scale that hard. I'm going to stop commenting on AD carry builds for a bit.
Auto attack. There it is. They do take out the turret, so there's no more aggro on Vigar. Nautilus does Q Ahri. Janna does come in and ultis to save her Ahri teammate there. But what will they do next? Now Mordekaiser is currently split pushing down the bot lane, trying to crack open their Nexus, trying to crack open an inhibitor, trying to crack open something. What will come next?
Yeah,
it looks like they're going for Baron.
Just gonna start up the Baron here. Vision is cleared. They have the Kai'Sa dead again, and it's just it's hard. It's really hard to contest this. Sejuani's probably gonna come in and look for the steal. They should peel off the Baron and look for the fight. It is 4 versus 5, but if Sejuani steals this, that's the way back in for Anarchy Navy. They have vision. Sejuani's gonna dash in 2, 1.
Here she goes. Oh, not quite the steal that she needed. They do take out Nautilus, though, with Ahri. Are they gonna be able to pick up more? No, they're gonna reset. They're gonna regroup and try and pick something else with here. Trying to get an objective. Try and do something to recover from this.
And even going for what I would call probably a 60-40 Baron there, I don't think that's necessary. I think you peel off of the Baron. If the Sejuani's manages to steal that, and she very well could have, because we did see the Baron drop down to about 464 HP there, I believe, before the smite came down. It's just, it's bad. It's bad news, Bears. We see the Nautilus drop for that, but Baron's on the side of Ravenous Kumquats. From here, though, despite a risky Baron call, they should be able to clean up this game. Veigar's almost finished his death cap. Graves didn't go lethality this game, so he's scaling pretty darn well. Top lane has a lot of Mordekaiser damage items. I like this build a lot more than the build we saw last game, which is really light on efficient stats.
Now, we do have a Dragon coming up in 20 seconds. Veigar is pressuring them. Oh my word! There goes Janna! She is out of the fight. She is not included in the Dragon Club. And here comes Nautilus, queuing in Sejuani, is ulting Sejuani, Sivir ulti so they can come around. Here comes Veigar, W coming down, secures the Sejuani. This might be a free Dragon or an inhibitor. They can crack open the base here. They take out Kai'Sa as well. Sivir has so much damage. Ahri takes out Veigar.
It is looking for damage on the flank, but the fight's already over, Ahri. You can't do anything anymore. And this game's out of control. Ravenous Kumquats, 11k gold advantage, breaking the base open, going for the first inhib in the bot lane. Might look for Nexus turrets, probably shouldn't, with the rest of the team respawning. Graves is low, but they can't get onto him.
Shen. Here's Nautilus going down. They got an exhaust down on Sivir here. Are they going to be able to take her out? Janna flashes and
she has to fight, and she might win.
He does take Janna, and Ahri does take Sivir. Now we got a top lane fight. Mordekaiser has been split pushing, has been taking out that top turret, has been taking out that inhibitor. They are strong. Graves is on that dragon.
Yeah, it's 4 versus 3 on the map, rather. But that's not good enough for the side of Anarchy Navy. They won't be able to make it to this dragon in time. You see Sejuani trying to run down here, hoping Graves didn't start it up. But it's already dead. She turns on the pink ward. She knows it's going to be gone by the time she gets there, or she'll die going for it. That puts Soul Point for Ravenous Kumquats, which gives them even more ways to win this game.
That is
2 inhibs down.
On Ravenous Kumquat.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 inhibs down, really just looking for just the pick to end the game right now. Be that Sivir ulti just running down mid, taking the last inhib, or forcing a fight around the next Baron spawn in 3 minutes. It's going to be really, really hard for Anarchy Navy to find a way back into this game. And I think if it does exist, it starts with Ahri just ulting into someone. Ahri needs to ult in, find a pick when they're alone. really needs to make the most of every
Spooky
tool in
Ghost
that
going
team.
out. Can he get a pick from it? He is flowing. There's a flash E from Byguard. Not quite enough damage to Kaisa. Kaisa does have a shed on her. She is going in. And no, it is not enough. Here comes Sejuani. Here comes Shen. There goes Mordekaiser. They take them both out. The front line is gone.
This
there
is
goes
not
Graves.
the
They
engage you are looking
Jana.
for. Oh no.
They
Kaisa
have
gets a little
bot.
overeager,
They have
seeing-
top. They're pushing in. They're all going in. Graves. Stopwatches. Flash in from Mordekaiser. Pulls on the Kaisa. That is, oh my word. There goes. There she is, and there she goes. They're going in for the Nexus. They're going in for the game. That might be GG. Ravenous Kumquats coming out on top. They have a large minion advantage, and there they go.
Yeah, this should be Ravenous Kumquats closing out our last series of the day in a 2-0. Great game out of them. Again, really showing out a snowball. I think there were some itemization mistakes from both AD carries, but stuff happens. Graves, once again, showing his prowess in the jungle, just looking like a better jungler than other junglers. Not players, necessarily, just the champion, too strong. Played really well by Shrooms or Wards from Ravenous Kumquats. Mordekaiser, Feast or Famine champion. We can see that in both of these games. He either he looks pretty useless or he looks pretty silly in pretty much every game.
Very well
And
said. Now, Hunter here, I want your quick thoughts on the MVP and Ace and final thoughts of the overall games today and sending us home.
yeah, of course. So starting with wrap up for our last game of Anarchy Navy versus Ravenous Kumquats. MVP I will come back to. So let's start with the Ace, the best player on the losing team, Anarchy Navy. It's gonna have to go over to Midmaster on the RE. Partly because they're the only person with a positive KD8, and their positive KD8 is really darn good. 7-3-2 in a losing game is a very good score. Made a lot of good plays, farmed well, did what they could. Really, they didn't die, and this is their reward for not dying. Maybe I should have given it to Sejuani because of good early ganks, but I'm giving it to Midmaster on the RE. Now, MVP is a little bit harder to decide. I think I want to give it to the Graves, because the Graves showed a lot of good invades and got a lot of good pressure. Sivir played this game pretty well too. It's a close call between them. Mordekaiser also with the excellent, Mordekaiser did get that 1v2 top lane, level 2. Oh man, that I almost forgot about that. You thought I forgot about that. MVP is Mordekaiser because he solo won the game. All right. Sorry about that. Almost forgot about the play. Mordekaiser wins MVP. It's a close race for like 1.5 between Graves and Sivir. Sivir had really good team fighting and good positioning, but Graves made a lot of the magic work in the early game, and I think that's really where you should look at MVP picks for games that are snowballing like this.
Very well said.
All right, so closing out the day. This is our last match of the day, obviously, so it's about time for us to sign out of Seal Week 2, Day 5. Baby, you can call me Hunter. I'm joined by Ryder. We would like to wish all of you a very happy evening. Thank you for showing up. A big thank you to our production team, our players, our fans, everyone watching the stream, everyone who contributes, all our mods, the tribunal, and all that sort of jazz. Thank you all for showing up, continuing to support us, and we'll see you with more games tomorrow. Thanks.
Bye-bye.